chain when I pass in the street. Bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flight miles. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.
What's going on, everybody? Man, Eric Wilson in for the Sports Arena. And let me tell you, this interview I'm really excited about. We've had some scheduling conflicts, but I'm so excited to talk to this young lady because what she has been doing over, let's take the last just 12 months. I mean, it speaks to the hustle and the drive that she has to not only get herself into the football world, but be respected in the football world, have her voice be heard. It is amazing to see what she has done, and I'm very excited to get a chance to talk to her. She is currently as you can see here with the Carolina Cobras, the director of football, team, and game day operations. This is one Miss Lara Ann Smith joining me here on the Sports Arena. What's going on?
Hi, how are you?
I am so well. Thank you for taking time to be a part of the show today. How you been?
I've been good. I just moved down to North Carolina. Pretty stressed, but we'll get settled. It's definitely a change of scenery from West Virginia for sure.
Okay. All right. I want to get into just you because, Lara, you and I had the privilege of meeting at the National Scouting Combine a few years ago. And I knew that you were someone who was definitely primed, poised, and ready to do what you are currently doing. But just to see your resume, I mean, you, as I said, are the director of football, team, and game day operations for the Carolina Cobras. You were an assistant football coach at Bethany College, which is a Division III school. You were also the football equipment operations manager. You've been an intern for the National Scouting Combine as well as Sideline Sports Network. And you've been a part of the Wheeling Miners during their undefeated season as the director of customer relations and a game day ops intern. Where do you find all of this time to be able to encapsulate all of this into your life?
Well, thank God it's my passion, because most of the time it really doesn't feel like work to me. This is my life. This is what I've created, and I love it. So time really isn't an issue unless you get conflicts like we've dealt with. But other than that, I mean, I eat, sleep, and breathe it, and I love it.
So where did the love come from? Because that is my question that I ask every athlete that I talk to is, football, basketball, baseball, hockey, it doesn't matter. Where did your love for this sport to do what you are doing, where did that stem from?
So the National Scouting Combine, where you and I met, it was the first kind of professional football outing I had. I was currently studying physical therapy and athletic training. And so a coach had taken me out there, Coach Arnold. He's my favorite ever. Shout out to him. He had taken me out there just to get some professional exposure, experience for physical therapy and athletic training. And as you know, I did everything but that. I kind of helped out in every area at the combine, and I met so many amazing people, from coaches to staff to media people. Everybody was so amazing to work with. And I really felt like I fit in, and I felt like it wasn't even work. I just felt like my skills naturally fell into that area, whatever it may be. And it was going through a rough time in my life, I would say. And I felt like it found me, and that's where the love and the passion comes from. It's like my skills met with this thing that found me, and it was just perfect.
All right. So my question then to you is, when you first set out to do currently what you're doing now, was that always your goal, or was there something else that maybe you thought, was there a different road that you would be traveling as opposed to the one that you are currently on now?
For sure. Yeah. I was dead set on physical therapy and going to get my doctorate in physical therapy. And I still completed my undergrad in it, so it's always there if I want to go back to grad school. But I mean, I love the front office operations and the game day operations aspect. I just slowly found my way into this little niche, and I love it. I would have never told 10 years ago, I would have never thought I'd be here. Last year, I would have never thought I'd be here. But I'm really happy with how everything worked out.
being a part of the Wheeling Miners and their undefeated season, can you share with me some insight as to what that was like? Because for those of us who saw the athletes who came to the National Scouting Combine, who were then picked by Coach Rez to be able to be a part of this team, you got to be in the room with them. What was that like?
The minors was definitely my first professional football job, and it was definitely a completely new world, and it was my starting point. Very thankful and grateful for that experience. The undefeated season was insane. I come from a very small high school, and I mean, I played basketball and I played other sports, but basketball was my main sport, and we won. Our girls team was good. The boys team was good as well, but I don't have like a rich history in winning, you know, and coaching at Bethany College. We've had some rough seasons the past couple years. And just being with a team that's undefeated and winning a championship, it really instilled a winning culture within myself, because I finally got to taste how good it is to win, and not only win, but every single game, including a championship. And it's addicting almost. It's like, now I'm with a new team, I don't want to lose at all. And it's definitely, it's changed my skill set. It's changed my mindset. It has really instilled the winning mindset in myself.
So talk to me about that winning mindset, because I continually, as I'm sure most of your followers do, we watch what you post on social media, and you are always about the empowerment of self. You are always about ensuring that no matter what the world throws at you, you remain diligent and you remain so disciplined and focused on achieving what you set out to do. So talk to me about that mindset. Did it elevate being a part of the Wheeling Miners your mindset, or was this something that you always had? It took the Wheeling Miners and their championship for you to flourish in that mindset.
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like not just the minors, but football in general really opened up and expanded my own knowledge on my mindset and cultivating new and other ideas and motivations. I would say it's fueled by a lot of doubt, because as a female, you know, people don't look at you and think that you know what a playbook is or anything like that. So proving people wrong was a huge part of my mindset personally. And then I think winning really empowered that. You know, I think it's motivated by a lot of doubt and a lot of, I don't want to say hate, because that's a strong word, but you know, you have negative people in your life that will say things, and people always have something to say. And I
Right.
love proving people wrong. And the doubt, the hate, whatever you want to call it, is definitely my biggest motivation. It lights a fire under my butt.
Have there been any opportunities that have come across your way that you have looked at and been like, you know what, maybe this isn't for me? I should veer right versus left versus, north versus south, or anything like that?
Yeah, not a crazy amount of opportunities get thrown my way. But I'm very thankful for the connections and the networking I've done. I've kind of created my path, and you know, things just fall in line as I go, the way I work and operate. Nothing crazy has been thrown my way. Normally I walk through doors that open up for me. You know, God opens up those doors for a reason. I would say coaching and GA positions have opened up, and I coached. I was an assistant coach at Bethany College the past year, and it was more of a back end. I wasn't on the field yelling, screaming at the boys, but I handled film and I handled scouting reports. I handled whatever they needed, and it expanded my knowledge on the sport, the X's and O's specifically. But I don't see myself as a head coach or a position coach or whatnot. The GA positions have definitely opened up for me, but I'm just thankful of what I've learned from the coaching position. That was what I intended to get out of it. So yeah, but no, I like to walk through doors that open for me. You know, I feel like there's always a good reason for it. Obviously, with education on what it is. You know, not
Of
going in
course.
blind.
Now, you said basketball was a sport that you actually played. So then let me play devil's advocate here. You talk about not coaching, but let's say there's a women's basketball coach opportunity that opens up, would you be willing to make that transition from football to basketball, given that that is probably arguably your first love?
Yeah, I actually played at Bethany for like a week. But I don't know. I'm pretty dead set on football. I would say I know what I want with that. But I actually went back to my high school and watched a game, and I was like, man, it'd be nice if I could lead a group of girls or a group of young women, and especially at a small school to get exposure. Like, I didn't even know I could have played in college when I was in high school. I didn't even know that was a thing because my school was so small, from a small town. So I really have a soft spot for those kind of kids. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not completely opposed to it. You know, I'm hot on the football trail right now, but I'm not completely opposed to that.
All right. So let's get back to this and talk about being in these rooms, because as a game day operations manager, which you are for the Carolina Cobras, how do you ensure that you're represented and that also your voice is heard?
Yeah, and that actually hasn't been an issue, and I don't feel like it will be in this organization. You know, Coach Negron is amazing. The faculty and staff within the organization are amazing. I would just ensure clear communication. That would be my biggest thing amongst all roles, you know, is clear communication, meetings, whatnot, and just keeping me prepared. But Coach Negron has done a great job with really helping me gain the respect, because ultimately it's up to me. But once the football players come in and I meet with them, I have no problem demanding my respect with them. You know, it comes from within. You got to put your foot down and be who you are and be respected.
Awesome. And listen, Lara Ann, thank you so much for taking time here. I got one last thing that I'd like you to do, and I'm going to step away from the screen for a moment because I feel like your message is going to resonate more when people hear it directly from you. If you could just share that message with 7, 8, 9-year-old, the next Lara Ann Smith, a young woman who wants to be where you're at. Share your message with them so that they know that these opportunities are going to be there. And much like you, with that drive and that hustle, they can attain that.
Absolutely. So I want to start from square one. In college, I had a rough time figuring out what I wanted to do. You know, I started off studying pre-veterinary medicine. Then I went to obviously physical therapy and athletic training, and I've switched my major so many times. But I would go into school, if you choose to go to college, do undecided, maybe just a broad major that would help you out. And do not be afraid to do what you want to do. You know, I had grad school and med school all in my head to make the big bucks and be a doctor. But at what cost? If it's not what I want to do, I'm not about to be miserable for 4 more years, let alone my whole entire life doing something I don't want to do. And as soon as I found myself in this position and I realized this is what I want to do, I had no doubt in my mind and nothing could stop me. Parents, family, that everybody's supportive, but nobody could stop me. And be firm in your beliefs and your skills and what you want in life. That's one thing, because you are your own person. This is your life that you are living. So yes, be 100% for yourself. Do what is best for yourself. Always, always. I would say be intelligent within yourself. Know what you want. Know how to read yourself. Know yourself in and out. And don't let people tell you you can't. And don't let the negativity get in the way. And whenever you start going up, people will try to bring you down. Constantly, constantly. Women are huge on that, and I will just never understand. But I use that I see that as I'm doing great, you know. People will try to tear you down. Use it as your motivation. Like I said, that is my biggest motivation, is whenever I see people talking negatively, or if I hear anything negative about what I do or who I am, because I know who I am and the people that work with me know who I am. And it shows in my work and my skills, everything. It shows. So use that to your advantage. You know, if people aren't talking about you, you're doing something wrong. You know, there's a reason people talk about you, And more than likely, it's good. In my case, I think I do great in what I do. Not to sound cocky, but you have to be sometimes. You got to be firm with who you are. That would be my biggest message.
Awesome. Lara, thank you so much for your time. I look forward to it. Listen, I know you're busy with the Carolina Cobras, but I probably will pick up the phone or text you just to get your insight while I'm at the combine, because I know there are always things that even I can do better, and I would love to get your input. But this year, as we know, is going to be huge. I'm sure you and I will cross paths sooner rather than later.
I think I'm going down there. I think I'm going down there, so I might see you there.
Oh, perfect. Even better. Even better. Ladies and gentlemen, she is the director of football teams and game day operations for the Carolina Cobras, Miss Lara Ann Smith. Thank you so much for your time. Stay blessed, and I'll see you in about a month.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
No worries. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your man, Eric Wilson, for the Sports Arena. Hey, everybody stay blessed. Have a great day, and I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road from the west to the east. Way up, I might never come down, cause the coast racking up the flame out. So high, I might never come down, so what, this is my lifestyle.